All right, you probably.
You have a question about China.
I have a question about. Okay, I understand the main flat earthers. They're where? In the U.S., England, Australia. Where? It's an English-speaking conspiracy.
No.
Or thought.
No, French guy just came by.
A French guy, a Western. It's a Western mindset.
I would disagree with that.
Questioning.
I would disagree with that.
Of the planet.
With my knowledge, I have people in Japan. I have not seen people spoken to anyone from the African continent, but every other continent.
So my question is this: okay, the Soviet Union, the most ardent enemy of the U.S.
That's not real, but okay.
Okay, right. China. You don't think any of these countries really dislike each other? That's a conspiracy, also.
Pretty much.
Wouldn't it be in China's best? So you think China and America are actually the best buddies in the world? And that
I don't think that there's global enemies. I think there's business. It's all business.
I'm just saying China has a space agency. Russia has a space agency. To say that America or
let me give you a great
whoever's in
example.
power created this
I'll give you a great example of this.
Idea.
NASA takes $53 million a day. Do you remember the space shuttle had a Canada? It said Canada on the arm. They had this arm.
No, but okay.
Imagine me telling you, you're Canadian, let's say. I go,
where do you want to go?
Start a space program.
I don't
You go, what do you mean? You go, start a space program. You go, what do you mean? I go, just take $15 million a day from your people and tell them that we're doing a space program. This is the only requirement. So when you ask why would China be competing or why did Russia compete, it's because it's the opportunity to take from the people. Absolutely not. And you can laugh, but I'd like you to look at him when he comes back. Look at him in his eye. Look what he talks about. Because he looks guilty. They feel guilty because they were pulled from them. You can see it in his eyes. The last thing he said, everything he says is very questionable because that's an honest man, and they did not let him go to the moon. They did not even try. And you can see today the technology in 60 years has gone backwards. They say we can't go today. This is impossible. There isn't backwards.
They don't say we can't go today.
I'm sorry, they do.
Who's they?
NASA.
NASA doesn't say we can't go today.
Absolutely, we can't leave low Earth orbit. Humans cannot leave low Earth orbit because of the radiation in the Van Allen belts. NASA says that every day. Yes, they do. Go look at your phone.
I will.
So look up Orion, Trial by Fire. Orion is the new capsule, and they're trying very hard to make humans survive in space. Look up the words low Earth orbit, that's under 250 miles. Humans cannot travel past 300 miles. They never do, and NASA says it every day. This is what I'm telling you is true. If you look at the space suits, you say, why don't they use these space suits for radiation in Chernobyl? Guess what? No radiation protection. And when they go to test these suits, where do they test them? Swimming pools. Opposite pressure. A vacuum is opposite pressure. So they're testing the wrong suit in the wrong way. So I just want you to know I've done a lot of investigation in what you're saying. And based on what they say, you're right. But when you really look at what they say, human beings cannot leave low Earth orbit. They were saying they're trying very hard to get us.
Nonsense.
Think about how
Elon Musk's whole.
You saw it. You saw it.
What?
You saw it.
I saw a rocket go out with a Tesla on it.
Yes, does that make sense to you? That's logical.
It makes sense for Elon Musk to do that.
And they lost it, right? They just lost it. We can't see it now.
They lost it?
Oh yes. I
never heard this.
Well, it's true.
Okay. Well, I'll look.
Not only that. Where's the live camera? Do you know what they said? There's only 3 hours of camera on it. This is a car that's built of only batteries.
Right.
And they only have 3 hours of battery. They've never heard of solar panels, so we can't see a single image. Think about this.
I'll think about all of it, but I'm just saying, what's the purpose of Bezos investing billions of his own money? He's not investing in government. Government isn't giving him money like Musk to do this stuff. To convince us.
It's to convince you that there is flat earthers that don't have their own math. I'm quoting NASA. Every time you hear me speak, I'm saying what the officials say.
Okay.
And I'm telling you I don't believe what officials say.
If you weren't here while we were here, I wouldn't be.
There you go.
We're going to be having this.
Yeah, you know.
What if this is another
Hey, bullshit.
Probably doing something to donate money to something like
Nothing of the
that.
sort.
No?
No, that's exactly what it is.
I mean, that's
Because it's
all we
nothing
can
of the
really
sort.
do. Like, if
It's not a belief system either. We've measured the Earth. We've taken lasers, and we can see further than you can see in any other natural situation. Long distance photography proves flat
Here's
Earth.
sound. Sound vibration.
Ship-to-ship radar
Yeah.
proves flat
When you
Earth.
drive,
A gyroscope, which is used on every airplane and every ship and everything, proves flat Earth because it's calibrated on the ground, flat. You create an artificial horizon, so when you're flying, you always know where flat. An airplane would have to drive downward to stay on the ball. But they don't do that. They fly level.
In the beginning,
They fly level because it's a mixture of pressure, gravity, and
But they
different
fly level.
atmospheric
But you
pressures
cannot
that keep
fly
it on.
level and stay here. Level would put you off the Earth.
I look at it a lot
You have to
different.
drive downward to stay on the Earth. If the Earth is
It
moving,
actually is a flat.
think about this. You would have to drive at 500 miles an hour over 2,700 feet per minute in a dive just to stay down. They don't do that. There's not a pilot on Earth that tells you about this. Because level flight is level flight.
So every pilot that flies, every single
Not a
pilot
liar.
is aware.
Not a liar.
They're just clueless
He's a
about
busy
it.
man. He's a busy man.
No,
And
but every pilot would be dipping down, or they're
they
just,
don't.
Looks down.
Yeah, they don't.
And neither does the electronic equipment. A gyroscope is a stupid
the only one
instrument.
because they say
Stupid
circle and they
instrument.
say, what
That's
is
what they
it?
call rigidity in space.
Uh-huh.
They spin it before they leave, so they know where the ground is. So no matter how much they move, it always tells us where level is.
Foundations of the Earth.
It's an interesting point. If I fly from here to here, the instrument never said I'm upside down.
Which means
You don't feel upside
There
down.
is no upside down though on a globe.
On this model.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There's no
You're
such thing as
crazy.
I
If
was
you
living-
think there's no upside
on
down,
the
you got a
fourth
problem.
day.
That's what I'm saying.
So
That's what
if
I'm here the most
he didn't
for.
create the
There
sun
is
and the
upside
moon
down.
and the Earth
This
first,
model
that
says
was
so.
ordained
One day,
for-
take a satellite picture,
Right.
show me building, Empire State Building,
Yeah.
zoom out, show me someone down here, bicycle. Show me so up and up.
Would that be all it would take to convince
Absolutely
you? A
so.
photo from
Absolutely.
far enough where you can see the moon and the Earth in
If
one
there's
photograph.
up and up. Yeah, you show me people standing down here, upside down, and I'm full.
You know, I've been reading.
I'm totally I mean, but there's really no example of that. The instruments don't say you're upside down. Imagine a ship, 3,000 people on it, literally going to the bottom. It's upside down.
So when you can see
The water, it would fall out of the water. But you're going to tell me that it's gravity and there is no up and down. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
It's arbitrary.
It's not
It
arbitrary.
is.
There
It's
is
for
nothing-
us to have a notion of what is a directional.
I live a lot.
It's for us to have a directional framework.
You know what a grid is, right?
Yeah, of course.
So if there's longitude and latitude, there is no converging lines like this. Only this model has converging lines. I just want you to know that the flight to New York versus the flight to LA could never be near the same time. If we're moving eastward at 700 miles an hour, you could never catch New York in a 500 mile an hour plane. Never. This is a real problem. Are we really moving? This is how crazy and stupid they are. They say we see the North Star from here, right? And one day they go, hey, how do I see the North
Weeping
Star?
and gnashing of teeth.
Right? So we go, don't worry, we turned it for you. And they turned the Earth like this so they could see it at a certain time. But they never turned the equator. They left the equator like this.
You could
They
take
turned the
worm out of you,
Earth, but
cut
they
it
never
into
turned the
100
equator.
pieces, and that
The
worm would
equator
still
should
be
be like
fully
this.
formed. They will literally never die. So we live in a place where you turn them and they
The equator should absolutely be the middle.
The equator it's the most outward point of the rotational axis.
Well, not if they moved it. It would be here.
No, yeah, but if it's still spinning like this, but it's tilted like that, yeah, the equator is wherever, like, this is the axis.
I see. Either way,
The
that,
equator is whatever is the farthest
So
point on
he
the
is
axis. I know,
that
there's no
mo-
point.
but that
There's
motion,
no point.
But the motion is
Yeah, so
undetectable.
the Bible
I know.
says
It's a
that
problem
God-
for us, and we
so
can
God
see
says, I would
farther
rather
than
be hot or
a
cold.
ball. I can't see you because something away, but this doesn't happen in real life. Long distance photography way exceeds any charts that say
coming back here to read
Keep us here, to keep us
Maybe,
from.
maybe keep you from thinking you're special. Maybe you're special. Maybe God created you to be special.
like the
But they
human
want us to
justice
think that everything came from nothing and that we're random. We're very random. And it's just a bunch of random things out there. And it takes the power away from you. And as you grow up, you don't know you're strong. You don't know you're powerful.
Would it be
But no, but
justice for me
the
to
next thing you know,
eternal
the
damnation?
school tells her that she has to learn, let's say, dentistry.
For
Dentistry.
50 years
Let's
of
put
living
fluoride in your
in
mouth. Why do they believe this? I have no idea. But remember, before that, they were putting amalgams and they were putting mercury in our mouth. Yeah. So here's an expert, like NASA's an expert. Dentists are an expert, and they had no idea how toxic things they were doing.
Right.
So NASA's compartmentalized. They're not evil people. They don't know what they're doing. And if you told me that your brother built satellites, I would promise you that he has seen the data from the hanging from balloons at 120,000 feet that are routinely launched by NASA. The payloads over 8,000 and 10,000 pounds are always done by balloons, never by. So it's like fascinating when you really look at the data. What NASA says, low Earth orbit, man. Humans cannot leave low Earth orbit.
So is that what the AI is? Trying to get us to not be humans anymore so we can actually leave?
crime against
Is that the final goal?
I'm not sure we're in a physical model at all because I can tell you,
Simulation?
I can tell you this isn't here.
just fascinated.
No, but I can tell you this isn't here. I can't tell you this is. I can't. I haven't been
But also
here. I
understand
haven't gone to the edge and
what
looked around.
fulfilling the-
But I can disprove this really fast. Real fast.
Next time I see you, I'll donate to the boat to sail you to the edge. I can't wait.
You're fun. Thanks a lot. How's it going?